Thomas here. What you see behind me there is a nearly 20-inch diameter, 12-foot long black walnut log. And I'm on my wife's grandmother's 1025R. I had to look at it, I'm like, which one am I on? Yeah, 1025R John Deere. This thing is an absolute beast. We're at 228 hours, and it is just one heck of a working machine. And it's filthy out here right now. We're actually, wet ground, just rain, hot, nasty summer day, pulling this hill hard. Come on, baby. Yep, she pulled it. So, again, if you're looking for a tractor that's very, very compact, this is actually a very small tractor. It's essentially like, slightly larger than a lawnmower. But I don't know any lawnmower can do this. So we'll go ahead and get off here. We'll take a look at this log, and then we'll continue the rest of the review of this tractor. This is the second review I've done on the John Deere 1025R. It's actually a workhorse of a tractor. 228 hours on this thing, and it's been, a great hand around the farm, I'm going to call it that. All right, so let's go ahead and hop off, and I'll do it from a different angle, and we'll look at the log and see what this thing can do. Thanks. Okay, so there she is again, the 1025R with the H120 front end loader, little 4-foot box blade here, hooked up to a 12-foot. On this end, it's probably 18 inches, and on the other end, it's more like 20, even 21 inches. Missouri black walnut. So that's impressive that little tractor pulled that giant log. I've also already got the other log section out right here, fixing to load them up onto the trailer. Now, last time I did this, I had my car hauling trailer, which you have fenders to worry about. This time, I've got it positioned. It's hard to tell with all the tall grass here. There's a little bit of a raised hill section here, and onto the trailer. We're going to get some kind of bridge type material, maybe 4x4s or something, to roll these logs across on. But again, the two largest log sections of this tree, that one being the biggest, were pulled out by that little beast right there. If you've seen my other reviews, I had a John Deere 3032E and loved it, but I had to move up to a larger tractor on our farm. I've now got a Massey Ferguson 2705E, but literally, if you have a very small, like homestead, or just a place that has a very large backyard, this is actually a pretty nice little tractor. Now, my wife's grandmother does have the shade thing on top, which is really nice. Really easy to add your fuel. Again, there's no more, you don't have to lift it and put it up on top like you would on a 2 or 3 series John Deere. You have it right here next to the seat, and essentially encompasses this entire wheel well is a fuel tank, and it has a nice little gauge right here. Also, they have these nice little lights you can angle around, move around, so more than just your headlights on the front. If you want to see kind of work off to the side, it'll work really well. Like any front end loader, one of the things you want to make sure you go through and do and everything is hit the Zerk fittings and grease them up. If you start hearing any kind of scratching, any type of squeaking, squealing, stuff like that, you probably need to go ahead and grease up your grease fittings. This one is a removable front end loader. However, I don't actually think this one's ever been removed off here. Most of them are removable. I mean, I'm sure there is a population of people that would do that, but I don't ever really see the need. I don't really get myself into a situation where I'd actually need to remove the front end loader that I can think of. In fact, the front end loader is more there to get me out of situations where I might get stuck. As you can see, again, the bucket, nothing unusual there, but we use it to haul tools around while we're up here, because the terrain out here, it's hard to tell, but I mean, it's essentially a giant hill going all the way up there. Having this tractor available to us really makes it easy to move the tools around. every time we come here, you know, this thing just sounds the same way every time you crank it up. So it's a great little tractor. I hear my dad's stuck out there with the chainsaw. I have to go help him in a second, and I can return back to this and finish up the review. But we'll go ahead and go over there. I'm gonna unhook this log and we'll get on back over there and do some more demonstrations with this tractor. So stay tuned. All right, folks, I didn't think that this little tractor could do this, so I didn't have faith in it. I didn't record the first time. Go ahead. This is a 10-foot long, 28 or so inch diameter ash log. And look at that. It moved it forward like it was nothing. I'm pretty impressed with what this little John Deere tractor can do. Also, not only has it done this, it has loaded every one of these logs onto the trailer. Now, it can't physically lift these itself, but with some ingenuity and some pivot points and some like little bridges and stuff, we've gotten everything on there. Next, we'll see if we can load this log. I don't know the weight of this log. All I know is she's heavy. Right now, my dad's trying to maneuver around those things, so let me help him here, but very impressed that this little John Deere 1025R was able to do this. All right, folks, so I'm actually going to put this one on a hyperlapse because I don't know how many attempts it's going to take. Again, this is over 10 foot long, massive ash tree loading on with the 1025R John Deere. And yeah, so this one could take a little while, so I'm going to go ahead and throw it on a hyperlapse just to not waste your time, not waste my time. So here we go. Well, folks, I probably should not have done that on a time lapse because that actually went much smoother than I thought. I actually thought about taking it back off again, and I'm like, let's not push my luck. So we got the massive log on there with the John Deere, which is pretty impressive. That this literally, essentially, slightly larger than a lawn tractor. This is a little tractor loaded, I don't know what, 8,000, 10,000 pounds of logs onto a flatbed trailer. Now, we did have some mechanical advantages going on. We did have the hill to assist with getting it onto there. But, you know, in all respect, it's a pretty beefy little tractor. I'm quite surprised that it was able to get it on there. So, again, this tractor's got a ton of pulling power. Lifting power, I don't know the exact numbers, but it's slightly over 1,000 pounds with that front end loader. But the amount that this tractor can push will shock you. I mean, it's heavy, it's got good traction, and as long as you have some implements on there, you can really push more than you think you can. So, you know, take that with a grain of salt and everything, but it loaded on there. I mean, proof is in the pudding, and it loaded this trailer, so I'm pretty impressed.